the Lakers. Get their 4-game win streak snapped. They lose 99-94. They shoot 42%, 8 of 26 from 3. Turn the ball over 16 times. Hawks turn that into 14 points. We got a Woj tweet. X-rays negative on LeBron James's right ankle. Source tells ESPN MRI results still pending. Dennis Schroeder scored 16 points. He's now speaking with Breads.
Hey, Dennis, obviously the big news for the game is LeBron leaving in the second quarter. Have you been able to talk to him? And what's the mood in the locker room right now?
I mean, we used to gotta stay together as a team. That's about it. Next man up mentality, and that's it. I mean, we gonna talk to him, see what's going on, but end of the day, it's, next man up mentality. So whoever comes in, be ready to play, and we still got to get some wins.
A couple of your teammates already have said that they were surprised when they kind of heard LeBron yell after the play. Did you hear it as well? Could you tell how much pain indeed he was in?
I don't know. That's a question for him, when he comes back. He's 36 years old. It's his 18th year. He bounced back before, and he will in a couple of days. So I'm not worried.
Dennis, how about you? It seemed like you might have been limping out there a little bit as well.
I mean, I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna give everything I have every night, and we got a chance tomorrow to play again and to compete, and that's what we're gonna do.
Thank you.
All right, Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, Dennis. Did you have a good view on what happened on the play when LeBron got injured, and what was your opinion of Solomon Hill diving into LeBron's leg there? Did you think that was reckless at all?
I think Solomon Hill, he's been in the league long enough. I think he came out with me 2013, so he ain't got to earn no minutes. I mean, he's established in this league, so just unnecessary play to dive in the leg like that. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Dan.
Hey, Dennis. I think I've heard you guys say next man up mentality like 75 times, it feels like, in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Exactly.
Is it something, are you surprised that this team has been kind of snake bit this much, it feels like, over the last month?
No, we're the deepest team in the league, and it should be like that. So, end of the day, like we always say, it's next man up mentality, yes. So it don't matter who goes down, it hurts for the team, for the organization, but we're still gonna go out and compete.
Double. We all know the Chris Paul effect. We talk a lot about it, and Devin Booker, guys, he is elite. 25 per game.
Yeah, Devin Booker is one of these elite shooters. These guys are true sharpshooters. And think about that. He's not just a three-point shooter. He can hit you with the floaters. And what I like about him most, he got a little nasty in him. So he comes at you, he goes at you hard, and you have to respect this game and respect him on the defensive end.
I got to believe Aiden is benefiting from having CP3 there. They all are. But when you have a legitimate point guard who knows how to run teams and get everybody involved, that's been a big, major plus for them as well.
Yeah, you see the Suns there, 34 and 39 last year. Remember, they had that great run in the bubble, and it has carried over, especially with the addition, I agree with James, of CP3. Suns are 27 and 13. They went 8-0 last year, as I mentioned, and they're getting contributions not only from the stars, but role players as well. Let's head back to Staples. Markieff Morris is talking with the media.
Hey, Markieff, obviously the news of the game is losing LeBron in the second quarter. Have you had a chance to talk to him? And what's kind of the mood in the locker room right now?
I haven't. I've seen him for a second, but, just making sure you're okay. I didn't really go into details. But, I'm just, losing your leader, rather is for the second half, rather is for any games, it's tough on us. We just all, praying and hoping for the best outcome.
Yeah, you guys have been going without AD for a while. Who knows what LeBron's status will be? How do you come back with such a quick game tomorrow in Phoenix?
It's our job to. You know, we gotta. It's next man up. You know, we've been dealing with injuries and the COVID all year, so you know we gotta figure out how to get wins and figure out how to put the players in the best position to continue to play at our best.
As for today's game, Keith, it's pretty close, obviously, to the very end. What were some of the differences that you saw as to why you couldn't quite pull off the win?
They made some timely shots. We missed some timely shots. They set us up with a trap game is what I'm gonna call it. I don't care what how the NBA feel about it. The trap game playing against all 20-year-olds at 12 o'clock in the afternoons. They trapped us and we just couldn't really find it. Me personally, I feel like all my shots were short. Ended up making something late in the game, but throughout the game, just really couldn't get over the hump.
Thanks, Marquise.
All right, we'll go to BT.
What's up, Keith?
Yo.
Hey, did you see the play where LeBron was hurt on, and what did you think of the play, the way it transpired?
I seen it. I really can't call offhand. I don't want to say something like it was on purpose. I doubt that. But after we watch it, we examine it a little bit more and we just go from there. To look at things, it looked like it was just a hard play. I mean, his back, LeBron's back was towards him. But you don't want to put that on the guy.
Rajon Rondo and Anthony Davis, a couple of NBA champions, chopping it up. We'll hear from Dennis Schroeder when we come back. Learning to play without one superstar is hard enough. The Lakers kind of really started to find their rhythm with AD missing all these games. But when you lose a LeBron on the fly, it's almost impossible to kind of figure that out. Yes, they played hard, but they really struggled in that third quarter when they came out of that halftime break. They didn't score until there was 5:58 left in the half, and they have a season-low 12 points, and that's when Atlanta was able to separate.
One of those things I like to say that certain players make other people around them better, and this is one of those moments when you got a guy like LeBron who causes so much attention and knows how to find guys in the right spot. He's making those guys better. So there was a gap there that he wasn't in the game, and it just showed that, hey, we need LeBron. But LeBron is one of those guys that can transcend the team and take them from an 8 seed to a 1 seed, and we know that. But the other guys need to step up. And sometimes when you have a guy who dominates the ball like LeBron so much, when he does go out, it's one of those moments where everybody's like, who's up next? And that's what I always say, let Schroeder bring it up sometime, LeBron, so the team can get comfortable running stuff without you. But they still play hard. They had some great moments, and hopefully they can, expand on these moments when it's time, if it happens again.
Yeah, we see this injury again right here, rolled up on by Hill. He was able to come in to the game right after they took a timeout, and he did hit a three in the corner, but he did not land on his ankle. Obviously in pain, and he went straight to the locker room and did not return. You see it right here, Big Game James, and you see him land on his left, did not put weight on his right, started to run down the court, and immediately comes out.
Sometimes when you have a little twist like that, you want to just see, not defensively, but just if you can run, if you can jog, and he did that. Also kept his his streak going, as far as double-digit scoring. But also when you lose a player, I remember Magic might go down, Kareem might go down. It takes you a minute, too, not only to learn how to play without them, but you're thinking about that injury. You're like,
how bad is it?
So it's a distraction. In that third quarter, it hit them from both sides. They couldn't move the basketball. And I got to think subconsciously, they've already lost to AD. Now they lose LeBron. They just won, 4 in a row. So it takes a while to even figure that out. Or then you have to say, okay, we got to play. It's just a little bit too late.
All right, where do you go from here? We don't know the prognosis on LeBron James. We know AD is still going to be missing. You're hoping to get Gasol back. I would assume that makes Dennis your primary ball handler. More is going to be asked of you offensively if you're Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell. And really, Rob, THT kind of goes into that second primary ball handler, play creator, right? I mean, he's the only other guy who really can create for other people.
Yeah, that's the only guy. And you're going to really depend on James's boy, Wesley Matthews, to come up big and knock down some shots. It's going to be a collective effort. It's not just going to be just on the responsibility of one guy, Kuz, Trez, or Dennis. It's going to be a team effort. This is one of those moments where they're really going to have to use their athletic ability and, more importantly, use their smarts, because when you but out two big dogs you depend on so much. Now you got to just play basketball. Go back to old school where you're backdooring people. You make sure you set good picks. You make sure you make the perfect pass, because there were some points in that game where they was throwing the ball a little lackadaisical, losing it, stuff like that. You can't have those mistakes when you don't have those erasers like LeBron and AD to make up for those mistakes.
And you can't dwell on it, James, because you're getting on a flight now and you're going to Phoenix and you play tomorrow night on a Sunday.
Can't dwell on it. You got to, muster up some strength. I think Trez was doing that down the stretch, being physical and hitting some shots. So, yeah, they might consider tweaking the offense a little bit, maybe a little, not much, a little passing game to get some motion, get guys backdoor. I also want to say, Rob, you're up 12 with 4 minutes to go. You can relax now. Alabama's up 12. With,
Boy, were you a panic.
With 4 to go. You can relax.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hey, you know me. I'm always cool.
Not over till it's over?
Exactly.
Back to the Lakers.
You know what's interesting, James and Rob, is the Lakers actually had chances in this game. That third quarter, they were getting looks. It was like Billy said, there was a lid on the basket. I mean, listen, it's a night where you need a guy like KCP to score.
Yes.
He has 0 3-point attempts. He's 0 for 5. He has 0 points. Kuz was 3 for 8. But only 8 attempts. Dennis had looks, 4 for 15. So, and they were only down 9 after scoring just 12 points in that third quarter. Rob, they could have been right there.
It was right there. And if you talk about their killer on the side, Trae Young, he only had 13 points in the game, or 14 points in the game. So
yeah, it was Collins who killed him, really.
Everything was right there for the pickings and for them to win the game, but you couldn't muster up the shots. You couldn't get the shots to fall. And that's going to happen within the season.
Sure.
But you got to figure out a way sometimes. What they did in that last quarter, the fourth quarter, where they started going inside to Montrez. And when you can't score on the outside like that, sometimes it's time to go old school, go inside out. And so if you're not able to go inside out and then you keep shooting these threes and keep taking bad shots, you put yourself in trouble. So you play good defensively, you lock down Trae Young, but yet you couldn't score and you put yourself in a bad situation.
And I would have found a way, back in the day, Delano, what's his name? The shooter? Gallinari. I wouldn't have never allowed him to get hot like that, because on the other end, we would have had matchups to where, we would have posted him up 5 times in a row until we got him in foul trouble. So the Lakers didn't have the players that could do that. And he was just able to roam free and hit threes.
4 for 6.
Yeah, you can't let him be that comfortable.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get you to the highlights. Lakers on.